Hi, welcome to Anime Talk. Today, Wonder Egg Priority, the 2021 psychological drama from Cloverworks. Winter 2021 gets off to a surreal start when a schoolgirl buries a dead cicada before it starts giving out advice, leading to her taking an escalator underground, receiving an egg for her troubles, hatching her own schoolgirl to team up with to fight off Madoka's witches with all the weapons, style and grace of Kill la Kill. Okay, analogies aside, this show gets dark fast and it doesn't slow down from there. To make this as simple as I can, 4 girls are attempting to fight off Wonder Killers, the personification of a person's troubles or traumas, the thing bringing them down or inhibiting their progression. The Wonder Killer belittles their victim into believing that they have done something wrong and are deserving of the abuse that they are dealing. By defeating these entities, they are able to save the abused victims, though the definition of save in this scenario is unclear. By saving these girls, they might just have a chance of bringing back the person they lost. The girl hatched from the first egg goes by the name Kurumi Saijo, who tells Ai that she is immortal in the dream realm, for lack of a better term, and also proclaimed that nothing costs more than a free gift, her information that rings true as it is their first egg that will have these girls coming back in an effort to change the outcome of the decisions they regret by saving the person they feel guilt for letting die. The eggs each have markings imprinted upon them which, when translated, spell out the first name of the person inside them. This code is based strongly but not entirely on Poe's Goldbug cipher, something the girls apparently don't figure out, or the person to hatch from Ai's egg in episode 12 may not have come as at least as much of a shock to her. It starts with Ai Oto, a reclusive young girl. She is bullied for having heterochromia, a condition where the colour pigmentation is different for each eye. As a result of this, she's self-conscious and keeps her hair swept over her left eye. She wants friends but doesn't want to get close to anyone out of fear that they would get bullied too, just for being around her. She now blames herself for Koito's suicide. After all, Koito didn't have any friends either, but Ai showed little concern, and in Ai's mind it's this lack of interaction from the only person that Koito showed interest in that led to her feeling isolated to the point that she ended her life. Following these events, Ai skips school and stays shut in her room. She might hold a deadpan expression for most of the show, but she does keep it together remarkably well. That said, she is human, and being human is something that this series conveys to a great degree of realism. She doesn't know how to react to her mother dropping a bombshell or the teasing remarks from her friends, so she does what you'd expect. She lashes out, she gets angry, upset, emotional, she breaks down and she cries. Over the episodes that follow, we are introduced to the other girls as they become closer to each other and form a friendship group in not just the Wonder Egg realm, but in the real world too. Nehru is cool and calm, keeping information close to her chest and takes in more than she gives out. She goes so far to handing her business card to Ai so that the two are able to communicate so that they never buy eggs on the same day. This act foreshadows the fact that Nehru is an incredibly successful businesswoman. Rika puts on a happy face with a chipper temperament. She never carries any money and asks the others to buy her the eggs. She was a junior idol, but considering that her character voice was provided by Shuka Saito, you didn't need me to tell you that. Rika can, at times, come across as callous and arrogant, however she struggles to keep up an outgoing demeanour. The death of her fan Kiyomi, caused by her own misjudged comment, is heavily implied to be the reason for her quitting her idol group, as well as addressing a very real problem. Japanese idol culture is notorious for being a toxic environment. In any reasonable situation, calling someone fat and an embarrassment to be around would usually lose that person's respect, and that was entirely Rika's intention. She wanted Kiyomi to stop spending money she didn't have on her. Instead, she took Rika's words as advice and starved herself to death. The show makes it clear that this isn't just a throwaway story. Many fans of these idols will go to incredible lengths to replicate their actions, even if it meant replicating their idol's suicide in an effort to get closer to them. Ai and Rika have to defend 2 fans who did exactly that. Weighed down with her mother's alcoholism and the guilt of her fan's death, Rika uses a box cutter to release her temporary stress and tension, at the cost of a permanent reminder etched upon her skin. Momoe is a kind, polite and loyal person who will passionately defend those close to her. She often gets mistaken for a boy due to her masculine appearance and short hair, something that is greatly upsetting to her. Momo is in the egg world attempting to save her friend Haruka. Despite the darker subject matter, this show takes us on a visually gorgeous journey featuring bright lights, whimsical music and perfectly connected character interactions which never stop flowing. The fight scenes are fast and energetic, over the top and groundbreaking, once again taken literally. But even the more sensitive content and slower conversations are paired with music that keeps the tempo up and the flow ticking consistently. It never slows down and never feels boring. Wonder Egg Priority knows how to effectively engage the viewer and maximise audience retention. Real-world visuals are semi-realistic, at least regarding the architecture and urbanism in the surrounding streets, making I look somewhat out of place. Credit has to be given to the production techniques too. A couple of moments utilise split screen, enabling the viewer to witness character reactions simultaneously. In one scene, I and Neru have a long conversation. Traditionally this would be a simple cross-cut, but that's boring. Instead the scene used the rack focus to draw attention to the person talking and out for the other subject. Wonder Egg Priority introduces the main cast in a slow and calm opening sequence of each of the girls living their lives unaware of the existence of the others. Despite the change of scenes and perspectives for each character, they are each shown in the background of the next character's introduction, indicating that they were not worlds apart despite being strangers at first. This show takes the often difficult task of discussing very dark, very real subjects in the real world and injects them into the lives of a group of girls and those they find themselves acquainted with. What we get is a group of characters emotionally destroyed but still fighting and winning against forces much greater. The Wonder Killer, the very embodiment of the power that pushed those victims to take their own lives to begin with. We see the characters grow, become stronger and overcome the harsh environments they find themselves in. I gets better at handling her weapons and Neru gets a ton of confidence, allowing her to shine in her new friendship group. Talking about future plans, eating together, painting their nails, just doing things together and connecting as a group of friends, this anime is as much about being normal people doing normal things and what it is to be human as it is about the huge responsibility they now feel committed to fulfill. It's how they deal with their trauma that makes this show so inspiring. Wonder Egg Priority teaches us that our experiences don't define us. We all suffer damage, loss and regret, but despite this we can keep fighting. We can come out of it with the knowledge and experience, and with that the ability to be more informed, more motivated and stronger people. Often the only way to learn from a mistake is to make it in the first place. I suffers from bystander syndrome. All four of the main characters do. Every last one of them cannot clear from themselves the weight of regret for not standing up for what was right. They were those who turn a blind eye, those who pretend not to see the injustice and evil going on in society, the see no evils if you will, and it's their negligence that makes the victims of this injustice feel so isolated and alone. The weight of the guilt on all of their shoulders is unbearable, and it's that mindset that motivates them all to change their stance. This show deals in a lot of dark and complex subjects and does it with an air of sensitivity. The main cast support each other as they adapt to their inner struggles surrounding their own mental well-being and the emotional trauma invoked upon them by the loss of the person close to each of them. Wonder Egg Priority has taken elements that have been used before and moulded them together, dealing with complex struggles in a tactful and beautiful way. This anime may be a work of fiction, but the issues that led to the narrative are very real, and the abusive, manipulative power of the Wonder Killers is heavily reflected of those who abuse their power, influence, age or status. If you are in any position to handle the harder subjects discussed in this show, I would highly suggest you find the time to watch this. As I record this video, Wonder Egg Priority is licensed by and is streaming on Funimation. I would like to thank you for watching this video. Please feel free to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Line. Until the next one, I'm Cosmic Star and I'm out.